Shot 122.
Yes, hello. I was wondering if you could...
Was that scary?
Yes, hello.
Yeah, it was.
I was wondering if you could...
Was that scary?
Yes, hello.
Hey, was the beginning of this podcast terrifying?
Yes, hello.
That's me every time I answer a phone. Then I'm like trying to be super proper. Somebody calls and it's like a number you've never seen, but it sounds like a real person. They're like, "Hi, is this Mr. Polizzi?" You're like,
Yes, hello.
Completely different voice. That's my mom's whole entire life. Hey, shut up! You three, sit down! Hello, this is Amy. I hate that. I used to know this girl, and she would change her voice like that, and it was painfully obvious. Like one time we were at the bank, and she was like, "Oh my God, I hate that girl. She's such a bitch." And the bank teller was like, "Hi, what would you like to do today?" And she was like,
Yes, hello.
"Okay, let's start this over. Shot 122.
Yes, hello. I was wondering if you could play that song again.
Which one, man?
The one that goes...
It's me at every party, though. What was that? I've been that lame guy at the party. Have you ever been caught Shazamming something? That's the most lame thing. Like it's such a good song that you don't want to ask. Hey, bro, what's this called? That's always like the biggest compliment of all time, though. When you're playing a song and one of your friends is like, "Yo, what's this called?" You're like, "Oh, I'm the DJ now." I created your music influence. I'm the DJ now. I have the best taste ever in music. Bro, just tell me what it's called. And you're like, maybe in a couple seconds. You just wait there and marinate in the fact that my music taste and influence has struck such a chord in your brain that you had to ask me what song this was. And they're like, "What? Dude, just tell me what it is." And you're like, "Okay, it's Trap Queen by Fetty Wap." 1738, hey. Okay. I said it was a balloon. That song, though. God. All right, what's up? Shot 122. This is going to be a fun one. We've got weirdest hookup stories. If you responded to that Instagram promo, thank you, because it's gonna be good. I haven't read any of them, and they're all gonna be like, I can't wait. And we're gonna have some homies in here to talk about it with us. So we're gonna switch up the flow a little bit. Yeah. Okay, before we get into it, remember, follow on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo, all at Benedict Polizzi. Subscribe, rate, and review oh my God, I almost called it the Depresso podcast. No. Follow, subscribe, rate, and review the Espresso Pod on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, since we're back on, baby. Happy to be back on. Seriously, it feels good. Also want to get some merch going soon. Hoodies, dude. Hoodies! And maybe a hat. I don't know. Throw me some suggestions of what should be on it and what do you guys want it to say? Should it just say espresso? What? Let's talk about it. But all right, weirdest hookup stories. Let's get it. I've got Devin Murphy and Kayla Dunn here, our hookup expert. Why's your tongue out?
Okay,
Dude.
Don't call me a hookup expert. I've been in serious relationships for the past 12 years.
I'm calling you experts because like you guys have. I heard some things
about Kayla. No, you haven't. There's a couple we could tell about Kayla.
Yeah.
Couple stories of
All right. Let's get one like off the jump so you guys can kind of introduce yourselves to the fam, and then we'll dive into everybody else's.
Okay.
Right.
So what's up, Devin?
So
you got this?
I don't have any
hookup
stories.
Mm-hmm. None for Devin, definitely.
But Kayla, she gets her nipples twisted off, and she accidentally calls her mom while she's having sex.
All right. Story number 1. So what happened? You said you went on like a Hinge date or what?
Okay, well, one was a Hinge date. The other one was a date. Just like a normal date. And
so he got to date number 2. So you're like kind of feeling it. You're like, all right.
Yeah. But after the first, she wasn't feeling it. After the first date, she texted me and she was upset because he wore bootcut jeans.
How can you even tell?
Brian,
are you guys like Old Navy jean experts?
That was not Brian. No, that's not true. He wasn't wearing bootcut jeans. He was just...
That's 100% true.
It wasn't true, I swear. The second guy, my second Hinge date was the bootcut guy.
How, like, what does that even look like, though, bootcut jeans? Like, how can you, like, does he just look like a carpenter, like, walking?
Yeah, every guy I've ever said that to is like, what are bootcut jeans? And I'm like, wow.
Guys don't know jeans. We're just like, I think these are cool.
Just like jeans that
oh
are
my
way
God,
too...
Ben's wearing bootcut jeans right now.
Dude, I think I am. I'm wearing like the most Levi's of all time. Shit! I need new jeans now? Dude, for real?
No,
do I need new jeans? Just say it. Just say it. Just say it. My eyes are closed. Just say it.
I can't even see your legs.
Yeah, I can't see your legs.
I know you saw them earlier and you're like, Tom, yes, Levi's are in fucking Kohl's. And they are. Okay. Just kidding, Macy's.
No, they weren't bootcut. So in his Hinge
but like
pictures,
that'll get you? Like
no,
damn,
it was like that's like the
so
turnoff.
That's a turnoff.
Well, that was the thing. And so like I could only see like in all of his pictures, it was like from like his
It's like when a dude when a dude's bald and he wears a hat in all his pictures.
Yeah.
So he just wasn't wearing jeans.
So like no, it was like his shins down. I couldn't see the bottom of his jeans. Bootcut jeans are like the ones that like go over your boots, literally. Like
cover
the
your
only jeans I own.
They cover like all of your shoe, like basically to the tip of your shoe.
This is so funny. This sucks, dude.
Tip of your shoe.
I can't wait to throw away all my clothes when I get home.
Yeah, exactly. So I was worrisome about the bootcut jeans, but that was a different date.
Okay, back to Brian.
Yes,
sorry.
Okay,
I thought
okay.
bootcut and Brian were the same person.
Brian, I'm so sorry if you hear this.
All right, let's get to it. Get to it.
He twisted her nipples.
That
and
was
it hurt
basically
really
it.
bad.
Yeah, like I slept with him and like I wanted him out of my bed so bad, like within 15 seconds, because he would not stop twisting, like literally like taking my nipples.
What was he doing? Like,
was it.
Did you ever like? Were you ever like, what?
I mean, no.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't
what do you
see that-
say?
That's
The
why.
funniest
That's why.
part-
That's
I mean,
why
like if
guys are
somebody's
weird.
twisting your nipples, the only appropriate reaction is like to be like, get the fuck out of my bed. But like, how do you say that without being rude?
I mean, you could just be like, chill.
I don't know. It just didn't feel like that wasn't the vibe.
You're like, I like that.
Okay, that's not even a fun story though.
All right. So the other one though,
What's the other one?
the voicemail.
Yeah.
I sound creepy as fuck over here. I'm gonna say it. The voicemail.
That one happened yesterday. I was having intercourse and I like at the end of it was like, okay, you know, you get on your phone, like whatever, like everything's over. And so like I find my phone somewhere hidden in my bed. And when I get on it, it literally says mom at the top of my screen, I swear. And it said like the time log, like right underneath where it says their name, it said 3 minutes and like 12 seconds or something like that. And so I'm like freaking out. So like hang up because I'm like, first of all, like either she was listening for 3 minutes and 12 seconds. That's a lot of time, like at the end of sex.
What if she was just like the whole time like, hello, Kayla, hello, for 3 minutes?
I know. So like honestly, that would have been best case scenario.
Are you
right?
okay? She can like hear.
It would have been best case scenario if she were like genuinely being like, hey, like, are you there? Like, I can't hear you, like crazy, like muffled sounds, whatever. I get a text, so I hang up immediately and I get a text from her and she's like, hey, like, did you need anything? Like, tries to call me back and she's like, sorry, it was outside and working in the yard. So there's a 3-minute voicemail on my mom's phone.
And you haven't like talked to her about that?
So I went to dinner with her that night and like, she's just not the type of person to like say anything. So no.
So she definitely
She
knows.
said nothing.
The
She
wor-
said,
Is she acting normal?
The worst part for me, Kayla called me right after to tell me this story.
Didn't this happen
And
like very recently?
yesterday.
Perfect timing.
She calls me after to tell me that
You did
she
it on
left
purpose.
her mom a voicemail of herself having sex. And I was like, oh, well, maybe it just sounds, like muffled, like in the sheets. And her and X are like, oh no, there's no way. And that is disgusting to me. I think that's so inappropriate that they are so nasty and talk like that in bed.
That's not even what I'm saying, but I mean, like, you're having sex. Like, obviously, like, having sex is a distinct
You're like,
sound.
My friends,
you're like, twist my nipples.
Yeah, exactly.
see, she liked
she
it.
liked it.
Well, yeah.
Okay, let's get to these other ones because I feel like Ryan Seacrest over here. So, what next? What happened next? Okay, here we go. This is crazy. This dude's a comedian from St. Louis, Max Price. Had a girl moan like a meowing cat. Dude.
Wait, what would you do? Okay.
In that situation, honestly, what if some guy was like,
If a guy started meowing in
No,
bed
no,
with me,
he-
I
It's
would
not-
get up and walk out that door.
well, did he do it? Had a girl moan. Wow, what if he was doing it? Now that would be kind of funny. Like all of a sudden, he's like, all right, okay, another thing he said. Had sex on mushrooms and couldn't finish because her head was making too many weird shapes. Dude, I didn't know these were going to be like this. All right, okay, here we go. Here's another one. Jamie Arnold. I wonder if I should be saying their names. Whatever, they knew. I got a gross and embarrassing one, so I can't believe I'm sharing this, but it was pretty unreal.
Ooh, I'm excited.
It's good. I went on a first date and went home with the guy after. He literally brought me into his room with nothing but an air mattress on the floor and his dog cage. Sketchy and gross, but I proceeded to get with him anyways. Should have taken that as a sign nothing good was going to
red flag
happen.
for sure.
When we were going at it, I was on top and leaned forward to kiss him. His dog cage up from behind me and straight up licked my butthole.
She got her ass ate by a dog.
She's probably like,
While
thanks.
she was
What the
having sex
Maybe we shouldn't put
on
their
an air
names in
mattress.
here.
Dude, they're down.
It was literally a dog cage, an air mattress,
Okay, so you
a
walk-
person, and a dog.
And there was
Right, that's
probably
the room.
a frat flag on the wall.
100% an American flag hanging on the wall somewhere in
Saturdays
the
are for the
apartment
boys.
or wherever. Yes, 100%. What kind of dog, I wonder?
It was probably a pit bull.
You're like, was it a golden retriever? That's weird. Dude, Jamie Arnold, thanks for letting us know. Holy shit. Wow, though. Like, can you imagine, like, your reaction? Like, would you tell the dude, like, hey, your dog just did better than you?
No, I don't know. That's very interesting. I think I'd be a little upset. The first thing to lick my ass was a dog.
Dude, that was a good one, though. Okay. Brannon CB14. One of my buddies peed on a girl when he pulled out.
Wait, how's that happen?
I've never been
Is-
like
isn't
doing
that-
that and been like, damn, I gotta.
Is it two different holes?
All over someone?
What?
Is it two different holes
For
for a
dudes?
dude?
No.
No.
Well, I don't know. Girls have
No,
two
it's
different
cool.
holes.
It's cool. Glad you asked.
I didn't know that happened. I've never heard of such a thing.
One of my buddies peed on a girl when he pulled out. Apologized. Then she shit some soft serve. Dude.
Who?
Oh, I believe that's what you call a steamroller. I've heard of this.
Yo, so you don't know guys have one hole, but you know what a steamroller
Well, I
is?
didn't know, like, inside the one hole, if there was, like, two beneath it.
Dirtiest shit I've ever done in my life.
No, I've heard of a steamroller from people from your high school.
Yo. Okay.
Wait, what? Wait.
The girl shits on the guy's chest and then she rubs it around.
Wait, how do you clean that up?
Why do you know about that? You're like, for some reason, the girl spreads it around. All right, Amber Brummett. This guy asked me if he could keep my underwear afterwards. I said no, I kind of need those, bud.
Call the cops.
Girls sell their underwear. That's like a thing these days.
Would you ever be like, here, take them?
Fuck no.
How weird. Is it like flattering?
No. That's
It's
actually
just
really
gross.
disgusting. Yeah.
For somebody to ask
Okay,
to keep your
that's right. Okay.
Like, are you gonna pay for
Like I
them?
did
For
everything.
some- that's what I'm saying. Like, girls sell their underwears on the internet these days. That's like a thing that girls.
Yeah.
If you want to pay me like $15 for my 7
Like
for
But, like,
25
after you hook up with a guy-
Venmo.
After you hook up with a guy, though,
but
like,
then
and
blocked.
then yeah,
Pay
and
me
then
and
you're
then
not
you're
gonna
blocked.
you're not gonna hook up with him again, right? If he asks to buy your underwear,
No,
like
he
that's
can-
like
Done deal.
that's over.
One and done.
It's over.
Sniff the fucking panties.
You're in. You'd be down. One and done.
For
Here's my underwear.
$15?
Buy forever.
Yeah, like they have 7 for what? 25 at Victoria's Secret. Buy my $7 pair of underwear for
Hang 'em up on your
$15
wall.
and then never talk to me again.
$15 is like okay. I feel like that's a low.
That's a little low.
That is low, but I don't know.
I feel like
I don't sell underwear.
I don't either. But if I did,
$15.
Okay, what would you sell your underwear for?
Dude, if I was a girl after that with a guy, I'd be like 150.
You would
And like
$150,
take me out
you
to
would
eat.
literally
Dude,
get bought
guys
out.
do anything after that.
No, you would get bought out. $150. That's a lot. I think like
Dude,
75.
He's crazy.
Yeah, that's the
obviously.
thing. If they're
Yeah.
asking for your underwear, like to buy them,
You
like
could you could be like, change my oil too.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You could ask for the whole world.
I also feel like guys at that point are like they'll spend whatever on whatever they have to. Like
It's
it
over.
really doesn't
Okay,
matter.
fine. Sorry, I said $15.
That's
15 is
You
15
said-
is cheap.
I
I,
haven't
feel like
thought-
Does that make me
Dude.
sound poor?
I haven't thought of the amount. I haven't thought of the amount of $15 in the last like 4 years.
You spent $15 on one glass of wine tonight.
All right, next. Chill. Okay. FKA Real Fly.
oh, I know her, Kaylin.
When I was 19-ish, I went to Bartini's and took one too many shots and started puking. Impressively, I made all my puke in a plastic water cup. This guy who I'd met that night at the pregame was like helping me get in the taxi back to the place we pregamed or whatever. And he was so nice, but he started making out with me after he clearly saw me puke in a water cup. But the best part was, as we were making out, he whispered in my ear, "You're perfect."
See, I feel like some people really don't care that much if you've puked or not. I feel like I've had that happen too.
Yeah, I think that's like a personal just preference. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna
You're
I'm gonna
perfect.
forego this entire experience and
Imagine how much you have to like somebody, though.
yeah,
maybe he loves her.
yeah. Does he still love her? I wonder.
I think I'd be that guy, honestly. I'm a "you're perfect" guy.
You both are.
God damn it. This one looks pretty good. Sabina Clark. So I was at my best friend's house when I was like 10, and she wanted to watch Grease, and I've never seen it. And so I called my mom to see if I could watch it because it was PG-13 and it was good, and I was terrified. Yeah, that's really good of her.
What a good girl.
Nice girl.
And she was like, "Oh, I really don't think so. No, you're 10 and it's PG-13." So I told her, no, I could not watch it. And still to this day, I've never seen Grease.
Wait,
I could think of something way more crazy, though. That story's just dumb.
Is that a I think she missed the definition. She forgot what question you asked.
What did I ask? The weirdest hookup story.
I thought she was, when you said 10, I was like, damn, did she lose like
What did you think I asked? Like,
Yeah, what
yo,
was-
biggest regret you have as a 10-year-old? Go.
Yeah, that's next week.
Wow. Okay, we're going to keep going. You guys down?
Damn.
Sure.
Okay. All right, here we go. William Fulton. Sounds like a president. Went on a date with a girl Okay, went on a date with a girl, 24, who had an 11 and 8-year-old kid. She was kidnapped by her uncle and development Stockholm syndrome and was locked inside the same house for 6 years.
Oh my God.
Oh, that
I
shit
feel
got
bad.
deep.
That's like what was that? Gypsy
Rose.
Gypsy Rose.
She told me this the next morning when her 2 kids were knocking on the door.
11 at 24, so she was like 13 when she had her first kid.
She had 11,
like-
11 and an 8-year-old kid.
So 13, she was like 12 when she got pregnant by her uncle. Oh my God.
Oh, this one's a bit too serious. It's
Yeah, that was dark.
That was, yeah.
I wouldn't know what
wish
to
that-
do.
So
I'd
let's
be
move
like,
on.
I kind
sorry.
of wish, though, that happened to Ben.
I'd be like, sorry. But I'd be like, you're perfect. Okay,
She would probably need to hear that.
yeah. Okay, we're still going. Katie Grubbs. Gross last name. I went home with a guy. Grubbs? Damn. She's like, please, anyone marry me. I went home with a guy. I went home with a guy in college that I knew was probably about 10 years older than me. I was 19. He ended up being 31. And he took me back to his massive house in a really nice neighborhood. Walked to get water in the morning and was met by his parents making breakfast. It was his parents' house. He also didn't have a license at the time, so he couldn't drive me home. And this was in Oxford, Mississippi, where we didn't have Lyft or Uber at the time. So I just put on my clothes from the night before and walked 2 miles to campus to get in my sorority house. My phone was also dead.
How weird.
Sounds miserable.
That's like the most walk of shame.
How weird, though, is 19 to 31? Is that weird?
I think the weirdest part is that he lived at his parents' mansions. Maybe
That's
not.
definitely-
I
I
don't
just-
know. Yeah.
You know, you gotta be up front with like, yo, all
Is
right.
19 to
Guess
31
what?
not weird?
No, that's
Is that not that weird?
That's a little weird.
Yeah, it's kind of
I
weird.
I honestly think, like, if a girl's still in her teens and you're 30, anything.
Yeah, you gotta be like in the next, get into the 20s real quick.
I would say like 22.
Like 21, 22, 19 to 31, like that's definitely like, not to be like super PC, but like it definitely like it's a little weird. I mean, and maybe he didn't know. He probably didn't know.
He probably forgets that he's 31 because he's at home and he thinks he's.
Why did he live with his parents, I wonder?
Probably because they
Had
lived
a
in a
big-ass house.
mansion. Yeah.
Jess Murphy. One time I was so drunk I hooked up with this guy, and I was literally in and out of consciousness the whole time. So one moment I was completely enjoying myself, and then the next moment I was like half dead. I felt so bad for him the next day. Has that ever happened to you?
Oh, the first time that me and Alex hooked up, I don't remember it. And now we're in
You're
love.
like the love of my life.
Right, Alex? You're listening. We're in love, right? That's happened to me multiple times, yeah.
Where you forget?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I'll straight up fall asleep.
I
I have
my
done that
God.
too, yeah.
And then I wake up and I'm like, wow, I'm so
Do you
sorry.
ever like wonder like what you looked like?
When you're just dead asleep? Oh, that's got to be super common if all three of us do that.
definitely.
Oh my God, I probably
That's
like a
that's like
double
9 out of
chin.
10 times.
Yeah,
I probably look
yeah.
so unattractive. I don't think I'm a cute sleeper.
Dead asleep. Dreaming about
Maybe,
something
like, the-
totally different.
The first
And
one.
the
to fall-
dude's like so into it. He's like, I'm killing this.
Typically,
You're like,
typically I've found that guys get really offended by that if you don't remember.
hate when I say that I don't
I would
remember.
be like, damn, I don't know if I can ever talk to her again. Like, I'm that embarrassed of my performance.
Is it because you feel like creepy.
Like no.
Like
well,
you're, like,
yeah, that's
raping-
weird. That's weird.
Yeah.
That's like an afterthought, but the initial thought is like I was so
Like you
bad
sucked
at
in
that,
bed?
she fell asleep.
See, but that's not the thing. My thing is like I fall asleep because like it's usually dark in the room. If you're like in a lit room and you're blacked out, it's like, you know, I feel like your body just like knows to stay awake a little bit. But like when you're like
If
in a
it's
dark when you're in a dark
peace.
room in a bed, like no matter what you're doing, I'm just like, all right, well, this is definitely bedtime. So
You're doing fine, honey. Okay. Trish Gofar Salazar. I don't know why. Every other name I'm like, I don't know. This one I'm like, Trish Gofar Salazar. A few days ago, the guy who bullied me in elementary school slid into my DMs, of course. I hooked up with him and then ghosted his ass because karma is a bitch. Like, let go of it.
good
dude.
for you, sis. I mean,
Hey,
Elementary
that was
school?
in 3rd grade. Like, sorry,
Wait.
sorry, chased you around the playground.
Did we get? Yeah. Was bullying in elementary school a thing?
I was not ever bullied. That's why I'm not funny. I don't know.
Okay, cut this one out. Salazar.
Okay. Weirdest hookup. When I was, this is long as fuck.
Let's read it.
Okay.
Could be
Maybe
funny.
you can read it in your head before you read it out loud. So you
Should
can,
I've been
like-
doing that the whole time.
So you can just like sum it up if it's long, you know.
I'm glad the only thing everyone's getting out of this podcast is that I can't read. Okay. This girl just didn't reply with a story to that post that I put out. She goes, ew, why the hell are you so sweaty? Real though.
Oh my god!
I was like, I'm doing this right now. I don't care.
Actually, Brady said something about that too. He was like
That he
"That's
was sweaty?
I'm
in
super
the
sweaty.
post. In the he's like sweating. People say,
You, like,
okay,
see-
weirdest hookup.
Looking at the same one. Why am I so sweaty in that goddamn? Dude, I was just like, fuck it. All right.
Yeah, the girls.
Are you crying or sweating? That's another one. Okay. Carol hooked up with a guy and peed his bed and blamed it on him.
That sounds just like something I would do.
Really good
He
call,
believed
Carol.
me, for real. He believed me and took me to breakfast to apologize.
Oh,
what a player.
Carol, you.
I love
queen.
her.
He cracked the code.
Good job.
I
What
would,
is-
if a girl peed my bed and blamed it on me, I'd be so like, of course it was me.
I love you, Carol.
Me too.
Carol, let's hang out.
And breakfast. I'm so sorry.
And
Did it get on you?
breakfast.
She's like, a little.
Yeah, I'm so stinky.
Dude, that's tight. Oh my. Okay, here we go. Last one. Taylor B. Not me, but a friend. Her front tooth veneer fell off mid hookup, and she couldn't find it, so just kept her mouth shut when they were face to face. So they finish, and he finally rolls over to fall asleep, and her tooth is stuck to his fucking back.
So did she peel it off? Like,
How'd you let him know?
She had to secretly pull it off and put it back on, and she claims he never noticed.
wait, you can just stick veneers back in?
Just a fake tooth on somebody's back.
I feel like that's something that would happen to you. Like you would get veneers, your tooth would fall out.
It'd be on my back. Just like a chiclet. Like an eclipse piece of gum on someone's back.
Yeah. Veneers are expensive.
That's so funny to bring up. Like, hey, your tooth is on your fucking back. You're perfect, though. Oh, shit. I'm still thinking about that
Hit a little
Carol
bit?
story.
Yeah, like the Carol one. That was
Hooked up with a guy and peed his bed and blamed it on him. He believed me and took me to breakfast to apologize.
Carol's MVP of the hookup stories.
Mm-hmm.
Her username, or her Instagram name is Irish Exits Are My Thing.
Shut up.
Dude, what's an Irish exit?
An Irish goodbye. It means like you
Houdini.
leave without. Yeah, you leave without saying anything to anybody ever.
Damn, Carol's the shit.
Yeah, Carol
wins.
Carol sounds like a good time.
Carol, I will be following you.
Okay, dope. That's weirdest hookup stories with Devin and Kayla. Just be like, bye. I don't know.
I'm gonna say bye.
Huh?
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Weird hookup stories. Thanks for DMing your weird hookup story. There's a lot more, and I'll probably do them again next week. I don't know. But Devin and Kayla, thanks for swinging through. Hookup experts. All right. So let's go viral. Five. I haven't done that in a while. Late night express. Hashtag I'm always flattered when. I'm always flattered when somebody writes a note. I know writing a note is like the most personal thing, and that's why people love it, but for me, it's the handwriting. I've got like a handwriting fetish. For me, it's the handwriting. No, seriously though. Like you write me a note and it's got its own, like your handwriting has its own little, like you have your own font. Oh! You know? You ever like see a girl's handwriting and they like write something down and you're like, wait a minute. She makes her capital A's like a triangle without the bottom? Oh! You write me a note and there's a capital E on there with just the 3 lines and no like side like binding. Ah! That... It's just something about that. Maybe because I've seen bad handwriting my whole life, and I'm just so over it. But it's honestly, every time I see a girl's handwriting, it takes me back. I'm like, oh my God. One time I was at this girl's apartment. We were like studying and as a group, but she was like cute. But so like there were like 5 people there and whatever. We were just like going over our stuff, like how are we going to present something? And I looked and I saw like one of my homies' planners and I was like, oh my God, bro, you actually fill this thing out? And the girl was like, that's mine. I was like, ah! Dude, the handwriting was so like, it was like she was writing something down on an African safari. Like you ever write something down in a school bus and you're like, I can't do it. That was her handwriting. And I said it all. Like I was so in shock that was her handwriting. I was like, what the fuck? That's yours? I was like, I hate you. It was the most odd thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, if that's your handwriting, what's like the inside of your car look like? Oh, man. My dad's handwriting is hilarious. I'm like, why are you even... Like, it's incredible. My dad's handwriting looks like a lie detector test. All he writes down is like, have a good day. And it just looks like. If my dad wrote something down and put it like on the sidewalk or something in front of his house and then left for a week, they'd be like, Satan took this man and left a note. Like, and some dads use, like, some dads know their handwriting's bad, so they use all caps. They're like, yeah, let's just go all one level. We got it. Everybody knows caps, all right? Let's not even confuse ourselves. Dude, my dad still, of course, has to do it the most old way. He writes in cursive. Like, of 100% duh. Like if my dad would write anything, it'd be in cursive, like old English. It's probably his old English. He's like, I need the oldest thing. God. It's like scripture. My dad like writes with one of those like feathers. I'm at his house and I'm like, yo, Dad! And he like doesn't answer. I'm like, oh, he must have left. And I go downstairs and on the counter, there's just like a scroll. He's like, I, Joseph. I, Joseph, am off on a journey to the village to pick up produce for the coming weeks and months. We must nourish ourselves. Goodbye, loved one. Yours truly. P.S. Please start rubbing six together for stew tonight. God. Dude, my dad's so old. My dad's so old he was in the Bible. He's not that old. Honestly, my dad could be like literally 46 or like 9,000 BC. My dad's so like old school though, he still tucks his shirt in. Does anyone know anyone that tucks their shirt in? Still. Dude, my dad could change a tire on a car and his shirt would still be tucked in the whole time. Yeah, God. He's like on a skateboard under the car. He's like, almost got it. Black marks all over his face. Oh, God. Pants all ripped up, shredded from the boot cut up. Face is all bloody, sleeves rolled up, belt fastened, shirt. No wrinkles, tucked straight down like a military sergeant. Left foot, right foot. Dude, my dad used to make me tuck my shirt in when I was a kid. I was like, yes, sir, yes, sir. Aye, aye, Captain, yes, sir. Aye, aye. Ted Hut. Then I literally like leave the house to go to the movies. Like it would always be in the worst situations. I'd be like, finally, I can like go be cool. And he'd be like, hey, put your raincoat on, tuck your shirt in. I'd be like, what the? I'm going to a skating party, Dad. He's like, oh, well then wear your knee pads. I'm like, God, what even? That is so fried. All right, hashtag one word to ruin a sentence. One word to ruin a sentence. Honestly, anything my dad says. I've got a Twitter draft of like some things he really messed up. I should just make this a weekly segment. Shit my dad said wrong. Me talking about my dad and like explaining the things he says wrong is like the most requested thing I do on this podcast. Every time I talk about it, it pisses me off. But every time I see somebody and they're like, podcast is dope, bro. Did your dad say anything weird this week? What's up, man? Long time no see. Did your dad say anything weird this week? Like, actually, yeah. I don't even know that guy. Honestly, I don't know why. It is so ridiculous, though. I hate it. But all right, here we go. Here's a Twitter draft I have. Was in the car with my dad for 10 minutes. And here are the words he said wrong. Okay, instead of root beer, he said rut beer. That'll ruin my day, dude. One word. What's for din tonight, B? He'll call dinner din. I'm already out of the conversation. And I'll be like, I don't know. Oh, God, like kind of thrown up. And he's like, I know what we're having for dessert. And I'm like, my interest peaks again. And I'm like, what's up? And he's like, rut beer floats. Oh! At that point, I'm already gone. The chair's swiveling. Still in there? Was in the car with my dad for 10 minutes. Here's another word he said wrong. Instead of potatoes, potatoes. Why do they have to get so loose with it? Dude at the main like chef at the restaurant I work at, 1 mashed potato. I'm like, I guess it's not that weird, but just like potatoes, you know? Potatoes. That's like a Drake word. Potato. Arcada. Machada. Alada. Drake can say anything he wants in songs as long as he says this after. Yeah. Went to my girl's crib and I was like, yo, I'm hungry. And she said, we'll eat a little later. I was like, come on, girl, what's the rush? She's like, I gotta stir the mashed potatoes. Yeah. Okay. I saw Shorty outside at the neighbor's. Yeah. She's like, boy, what you doing? I was like, I'm about to watch the Lakers. Yeah. She's like, I can't hear you, boo. Say it a little louder for the haters. And I was like, yo, just text me. You're not going to be able to hear me because we outside and it's summertime. And there's cicadas. Yeah. Yeah. God. Okay, here's another thing my dad said wrong. Instead of sunroof, this is all in 10 minutes. Instead of sunroof, sunrough. Why? I just want to be like, spell it. After everything he says wrong, spell it. All right, and then instead of headphones, this is what he did. Because like I'd be in the car and be like, yo, can we change it? Because he'd be like, honestly, he'll pick me up or something, or I'll like meet him at his car and he'll just be blasting like Tom Petty, loud as shit. And I'm like, oh, God, can you? Like there's people around and we're getting ready to, like, are you showing off? And I won't back down. And I stand my ground. Like, Dad, dude, you're parked outside a Brew Burger. I'm like, why don't you just listen to, like, why can't you listen to some, like talk radio, like, low? So it's, like, just on, but not on. He's like, if you want to listen to what you want to listen to, put in your headsets. I was like, God. I just open the door and roll out of the car on 465 into a ditch. Then I'm like, hey, will you come pick me back up? I'm sorry. All right. Hashtag awkward ways to flirt. Ooh. Okay. Awkward ways to flirt. I think it's like weird that like people in general are just mean to people they like, you know? It's the best way to do it. Why is that the best way? Like if someone's really nice to you and attractive, you're like, oh, that girl's really nice. But if someone's like mean to you and attractive, you're like, I love that bitch. I hate myself. What is that? I don't get that. Like punch me in the arm. Fuck me up. You like me? Don't make me cookies. Pinch my ass. Hurt me. Weird. I think everything I do is just kind of awkward. I'll be like rehearsing lines and shit I want to say to a girl, like pacing around. What if I said this? What if I said this? What if I said this? Then it's like the moment's there and I'm always just like, I don't know. And I walk away real fast. Trying to think of the most awkward thing I've ever done to flirt. That's weird. I'm just like thinking of girls in my head that I used to like and like, what did I do? Awkward ways to flirt. You ever met somebody that's just like way too good at flirting and you're like, damn. Some people are so good at flirting, it just comes off as like it's like a power, you know? Like if a girl like touches my arm, I'm like, what do you need me to do for you? You can literally control me. I swear to God, if a girl looks at me, this one girl, I swear to God, She made the best eye contact of all time. And I was like, she can see my thoughts. Devastating eye contact. I was like, stop looking at me. Like, what do you want me to say? I'll tell you whatever you want. I'm such a bitch. Oh my God. Okay, my awkward ways. Okay, this is it. This is it. This is it. This is it, dude. Awkward ways to flirt. This is me 1,000%. This is so annoying. Like if I like actually like if I don't know what to do. Oh my God, this sucks. Ah! Okay. I'll be like, let me see your hand. And she's like, why? And I'm like, just let me see. I bend like her like middle. I bend like her pinky finger in. She's like, "What are you doing?" And it's like, "Ow! Oh my God! Are you cracking my knuckles?" I'm like, "No." That's his move. And they're like, "Oh my God, ow! It kind of hurts." And I'm like, "No, let me see if I can do it." I'm like, how come that one didn't hurt and that one did? I'm done, dude. I'm done with this. So stupid. Oh my God, now my thumb. I'm like, it's cool. Just chill. I got this. I've been doing this my whole life. Then I'm like, look at my hand. It looks like an alien's hand from like that got broken, like got stepped on like 17 times. And they're like, your hand looks like ET's. Trust me, I know how to do. I'm a professional. My pointer finger lights up at the end. They're like, like, damn, you got game, bro. I'm like, yeah, I know. Dude, your girl's like a 10. I'm like, I know. Like, how'd you pull that? I was like, just popped her thumb. Turn up. Hashtag when my mom gets home. I'm going to change it. Hashtag when my dad gets home. Dude, we used to be having the best time of my life at my house. Eating like spaghetti, obviously, every night. Or chicken. Spaghetti or chicken. And Simpsons are on. We're having a good time. We're like, drinking like fruit punch and stuff. And then like we hear like the door and it's like, and we're like, oh shit. Is that dad? Because he like never really knew when he was going to come home. So it was just like, that's dad. Everybody just looked at each other and we're like, well, this night's over. That's such a bad vibe. Dude, when my dad came home, it was like the biggest, like, it was like the cops were there. It sucks. No, for real, we'd be having like a good time, like watching The Simpsons, like drinking fruit punch. And then like, when your principal like comes around your table, you start like at lunch, you start like cleaning shit up. You're like, oh, how you doing? You're like, make sure your shirt's tucked in. You're like looking at your friends. You're like, are we good? Are we good? It's like when a cop is behind you when you're driving and you're like, fuck. I'm not doing anything wrong, am I? Fuck. Am I going? Did I get a new license plate? Like, shit. Is my, damn, you start like checking it. That's what we did when my dad would come home. We'd be like eating, like, like maybe music would be on. We were just like telling stories and we'd hear the door handle and be like, hey, put that away. Hey, change it. We had like 7 seconds between like him opening the door from the garage to him like opening the door to go through the laundry room to come in the house. So in those 7 seconds, we like went upstairs, like made our beds, like cleaned the bathroom, like changed all the fruit punch in the cups to milk. We like, and then like right when he walked in, looked at us, we were all like praying at the table. Like floating with like halos and angel wings on. He'd be like, there's my kids. And he'd be like, I'm glad to see you guys are drinking your milk and eating your potatoes. Then when he'd scream and the whole entire house would blow up. Yeah, pretty much. All right. Hashtag reasons to end a relationship. Oh my God. Don't get in one. But it's inevitable sometimes. You just ever like find yourself in a relationship, you're like, well, here we are. Ooh, that sucks. Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten into a relationship like on purpose. It's always been like, guess we're going out. But is that kind of like, I think that's like the most common thing. You're never like, will you go out with me? I love you. Yes. It always just like happens suddenly and you're like, wait a minute. Damn it. Like it never, all of a sudden you're just like at her Thanksgiving, like breaking the wishbone with her uncle. And you guys are like, ah! Oh, shit. I mean, that's never happened to me. Hashtag if Jesus returned. Dude, I have a lot of questions for Jesus if he returned. I'd be like, yo, what did you do? Like, did you create guys and like, did you run out of time? I feel like God spent like 2.5 hours on girls and was like, there, yes, beautiful, sexy, yes, hair, oh, yes, curves, oh, yes, smooth, sensitive, yes, that's great, yeah, oh, God, attractive, perfect. Ass. Understanding. And guys, he's like, oh shit, I only have 1 minute left. Hair up top, I guess. You know what? Just cover his ass in hair. I don't know. The angels are like, we've got a lot of extra hair back here. You didn't use much for the girls, and God is like, just throw it all on them. Throw it all on their backs, their asses. Put it all over the guys. And actually, when they turn like 25, make it run out on their head for some reason. It's like when God made guys, he just made them like a peanut butter and jelly. He was like, that's good. Just eat it. Oh, yeah. And when actually, along with the hair, like when they lose hair on their head, make them get it like in their ears, I guess. I don't know. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Well, whatever. It's not like one of them's going to ruin humanity anyway. For real. Okay, let's do days real quick. Friday, National Wildlife Day. Man, I always wanted that wildlife magazine when I was a kid. Why is it so interesting to look at animals when you're a kid? Animals are cool for me because they're just pretty much like aliens, but I could look at a goddamn tractor. I wonder if that's like a weird, like, special thing. Dude, I could look at a tractor, throw some dirt around I could do it right now. I could do it for 5 hours straight and just be like, Benny, are you okay? I'm like, is he okay? Is he sleeping with his eyes open? Oh my God, is he in shock? He's not breathing. Check his pulse. Oh my God, his pulse is... Oh my God, his heart's racing. Wait, what's he looking at out the window? Oh my God, it's a cement mixer? Jesus Christ. I'm like drooling all over the... It's a cement mixer. He did this last week. The same thing, only it's a freaking bulldozer he's looking at. Dude, you show me... Oh my God. Dude, a crane? Seriously, I know this is like the most kid thing, but like, have you ever looked at a crane and just been like, how the fuck? How do they do it? How does it get that? Like, the Egyptians built the crane. All right. National Newspaper Carrier Day. I saw a newspaper on somebody's front porch the other day, and I was like, So, what was the Titanic like when you were on it? So you got off on the raft then. That's good. Congrats. How was being in the Bible? National Macadamia Nut Day. I've never enjoyed those cookies. I think people honestly like it because of the name. Like, because they can say the name. What's your favorite cookie? Macadamia. It's like, shut the fuck up. Macadamia. Just because you like saying that word doesn't mean it's your favorite cookie. Like, every time I make fun of something so hard like this, it's because secretly deep down I love that goddamn cookie. God! Saturday, National Cheese Pizza Day. God, I love cheese pizza. Woo! Thank you, cheese pizza, for everything you've done my whole entire life. So perfect, just simple, just so goddamn good. I mean, it's all right. National Be Late for Something Day. Wow, that's a day? That's my life, bitch. National Tailgating Day. It's fun. Actually, I prefer that. Whenever we were like tailgating for a game, I lost 100% interest in the game. I was like, this is so much better. I don't want to be controlled in a place. World Beard Day. World Beard Day. I kind of like am rocking a 5 o'clock shadow permanently. And I used to hate that. But now I'm rocking that thing like... I don't know if it looks good, but I'm just doing it anyway. Looks like my face is dirty. And I hate my facial hair pattern. It's like literally only around my chin. I'm like, hi, what's going on? Do you dip your chin in chocolate and come to work? I'm like, actually I might have. Sunday, National Read a Book Day. I really need to. Am I ever going to do it? Probably not. I can't. When I'm reading a book, I'm just thinking about all the other things I should be doing. Maybe that's how I should remember like what I need to do for a day. Just start reading a book and I'll be like, oh yeah, I need to do all this other shit. Okay. It was good, but I couldn't finish it. She rocking that. Okay. Shot 122. Weirdest hookup stories. Oh my God, that was a good shot. Thanks for listening. Kayla and Devin, thanks for coming on. That was dope. They slid in for Late Night Express and turned it up a little bit. So, all right, remember to follow on Cameo, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram at Benedict Polizzi. Espresso Podcast is now on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Remember to subscribe, rate, review. That stuff seriously helps. So hook it up. Okay. I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye, fam.
Yes, hello. I was wondering if you could play that song again.
Which one, man?
The one that goes...